Good morning, afternoon, evening, friends and family, loved ones. This is your friend Kelly. This is just an oddball video. As you can see, there are a lot of knives here. I don't normally have this many knives. If I'm going to compare a couple knives, I'll compare them. I don't do reviews. That's not something I'll do. I'll tell you if I like something, don't like it, whatever the case may be. But why do you buy the knives you buy? Is it because you like the colors that they are, the able to change stuff up on them and make them your own? Do you like a nice fixed blade that if you use and abuse it, that if you break it, something happens to it, they'll give you a new one, no questions asked. Like that's the essay, or something that makes a good carry, good size, decent materials. Nitro V. This was natural micarta inserts. This was one that I got this particular knife so I could color the purple, because of course most of you know I like my purple and black. But I also love the blade shape of the Militaw, that I have multiple Militaws. Most of them are folders. This is the only fixie I have. But it's still a good size, good carry, something that will work for that, but also because I liked it. That's why I got this one. Now, this, the Guardian. Same. Purple and black, and it's smaller. I don't have many with a leather sheath, and this is great size for me. And you notice I haven't put a lanyard on it. I've had it for a while and I still haven't put a lanyard on it, but it's one of those things. I love this because it can be scalp carried, and it's still small enough that it is. The leather makes it thicker, but is it really any thicker than a Kydex sheath? Maybe. Depends on the Kydex sheath. But aesthetically, this is one that I really do like. And that's why I got this one. Okay. Well, heck, since I'm doing fixies, this was something CRKT, Fultz Design. This is another good little neck knife. It's something that if I ever decide to stop wearing the one I'm wearing now, my Tekel, if I want to give my poor little Tekel a break, my Piranha, this may pop in and be one. It's a different blade shape, and it's a nice little slicer. I just literally got this past week. Or was it the end of the week before? Whichever. It was recent, let's put it that way. And no, that's not my lanyard. This is what it came with. But it's a nice little knife. Maybe if I want to have one with me that I don't want to take my nicer Tekel with me, if something happens to this, I'm not as worried about it. It's a cheaper, inexpensive, not cheaper, a less expensive knife by quite a bit. Let's put it that way. So that's why we got that one. Now, my tactical pterodactyl. I've been looking at their knives. They finally did a drop. I happened to catch it just perfect. And this was one that I absolutely love the blade shape of, the size of it, the scales, everything. Checked my boxes for this. And yes, that is one of my paracord lanyards on it and titanium bead. And I absolutely love it. I'm still on the fence about the sheath. I understand why they made the sheath the way they did, so that way you can actually get your hand up and pop it and your hand already be where it needs to be. That's a plus. But I'm kind of more old school. I don't mind pulling it out and shifting my hand up. It doesn't take that much to do it. But Love the knife, love the blade shape, something I wanted. So I bought it. And reoccurring theme here, something I wanted. Do I need it? No. Let's be honest. If we need stuff to open things with, a utility blade, a cheap $5 utility blade from wherever will do the majority of what we want. We like bling. We like something cool looking. We like something nice. Now, this is my husband's. I still haven't given it back to him. I borrowed it the other day, and and it hasn't come back to him yet. Love him or hate him, Greg Medford makes an awesome knife. This is a beast. This is meant for hard use. You take this out into the camping and everything else. You need to spine whack it to break stuff down or do stuff like that with it. This is meant for that because that is what this is. It's a solid, heavy-duty, strong knife. Nothing else to say. Am I crazy about OD green? No, I do not like green. Most of the time I end up coloring the scales that I have. I don't think I have anything here handy that I've colored from OD green. I think it's out in the living room. But I normally end up coloring whatever scales it is. But this is a solid user beater knife. It's meant to be used and abused. Now that was all the fixed blades that I have out here. Now, other things. Maybe you get something because it happens that there was another knife that you wanted and maybe they had a special deal with it and you got it and you're thinking, okay, that's something that I can give to a friend of mine, or since they're titanium scales, maybe I'll anodize the scales or something like that. And then you get it in hand and, you know, it's M390 titanium scales, QSP Penguin Mini. And I thought it would be too small. I mean, think about it. I mean, here we are. We're talking just over 3 inches, maybe 3¼ inches. But it has good action. It's a good size, awesome lockup, and it's a really, really awesome little fifth pocket carry. That's another nice one to do. Let me get something out here to put these on as I shift it. Then modifications. Of course, I did not do this. Jimmy Crow did. And I made a comment that I really, really liked it. And I think you guys can see why. It's gorgeous. But he did a shipwreck on it. And it's the CRKT Pilar. It's an awesome, awesome knife. I mean, size-wise, it's great. When you choke up on it, you get your full hand on there, full grip. And you can slice through quite easily. But it's a little budget banger. Let's be honest. That's what it is. But this brought it to the next level. This is one that's going to stay in my collection. Some of these other ones may eventually go on to somewhere else that they're more appreciated, more wanted, more loved, where they get trade for something else that I more want. I would like more. This will stay with me until I die. Simple as that. So that stays here in the back bedroom where I do a lot of my stuff. So I see it quite frequently. It doesn't get put up. It stays out here where I can appreciate it. This, the D-Rocket Lumleaf. I really do need to clean my blades. See, I do use them. They're not just for looks. I honestly didn't know how well I would like this knife. I really, really do like it. It just feels good in the hand. It locks up good. The action's awesome on it. However, yes, there used to be a clip on here. I took the clip off within a half hour, I would say, of having this knife. Because whenever I grip it, it dug into my hand and it hurt. it hurt. And it's something that I love the knife, hate the clip. So this one stays back here in the back bedroom and gets used for opening and stuff, opening packages, trimming stuff, whatever I need to use it for. But if I were to carry it, it would just be a drop in the pocket knife. It wouldn't be anything, or maybe I could slide it into a sheath if I have one. But most of the time it stays back here and gets used back here, and back up on the shelf it goes. Now, this was a win from South Carolina Knife Monkey. This is a Kershaw that was another Jimmy Crow modification. I was so happy to win this because honestly, I would love to get more Jimmy Crow modified items. I mean, let's face it, he does a great job and it's something that I really love. I like him. He's a sweetheart. I want to keep it. That one stays with me and will be back here for who knows how long. Then, Civivi, my purple and black. It didn't come this way. It came purple with the silver hardware and a silver blade. I bought this one with the silver, and then I bought an OD green one with the black hardware and the black blade from Traditional Pocket Knives, and did a swap-a-rooney, so that way I can have it. These are like $50 some knives, 30. It depends on if you catch them on sale or not, but they fluctuate around $50 each. So they're not super expensive. They're not cheap, but they're not super expensive. And I didn't mind doing that. And I figure the OD green one, if my husband doesn't decide to keep it and have me color the scales, may end up getting put into a future giveaway box package deal if I ever get over the 143 I think I'm at right now. So hit the like and subscribe if you'd like. I'd appreciate it. But this is something else that I love the size, but I did a modification, if you consider it a modification. I don't really, because all I did was swap out the hardware and the blade. I mean, the modification maybe, yes, no. Take that for what you will. Do you consider that a modification? I don't know. I really don't, because other than just swapping pieces, I didn't really do anything to it. But that one I wanted. Another one, didn't have to have. Another knife that I actually was surprised me at how much I liked. I liked the scales to begin with. I wasn't crazy about the blade shape. And this was a win from Sever 7. And this knife is actually a nice, really nice little knife. That's the Wixco. It's a slicer. I mean, I've been cutting stuff and I'm like, you know what? This actually works. It's got a deep carry pocket clip. So if you wanted to do it, I mean, you still might have a little bit that shows, and it's mostly the lanyard portion would show out of the pocket, but that's nothing. The shape, the size of it is right up my alley. I mean, and just enough jumping there that catches the bottom portion of my thumb on the first digit area, and it just works. And I'm so happy to get it. This one will stay in my collection for a while. Somebody else, if he wants it, we might be discussing swapping stuff out or doing things. It's not like I haven't traded for items before, but for now, that one's in my collection. And here's another one. This one I asked Jimmy Crow to modify for me. This is the Remet Peacock. And for those of you that don't know, that is the Pickled Steel Freya. They're the same knife. Basically, for all intents and purposes, they are the same knife because the Freya is the Remet catalog knife. And they let other companies brand them under their name and make changes or whatever. And the stonewash finish is one of the changes that was done on it. And the fact that they put T8 body screws on here from the T6s that the Peacock normally had, and they did a flipper delete. So that is love it, hate it. If you don't like a knife that you can very easily reverse flick or thumb open and you have to have a flipper tab, get the Peacock. There's other knives out there. If you don't like a knife or it's aggravating for whatever reason, you don't have to keep it. There's so many more out there. I'm sure you can find something that you like. So why complain about something saying it needs it when there's already a knife out there that's exactly like it that has it? I like it. I don't have an issue with opening it or closing it. It's not hard. The detent's not too strong or too light. It's just right on. That's another one that stays back here for the most time in there, as does this one. But there's, like I said, Jimmy did the sponge pattern and he took the pink scales and sat there and did a deep purple color. I know it's hard for it to see. You might be able to kind of tell it's a deep dark purple. And that's another one. Oh, that one might show it really good right there. That will stay in my collection because Jimmy did that for me. That won't go anywhere. This is a DEF CON. I think they're finally getting them in their website. I might look it up, and if I do, I'll link it in the bottom. I don't. Only affiliate I have is with Jason from North Florida Knives, EDC Knives, and I'll have that done up also. But this is like a $50 knife, and he still had some on his site. You know, it's 14C28N steel, the blade shape I love, and yet more goopers. I really need to take all my knives and clean them up. An aluminum handle that is really nice. Love them or hate them. The button locks do sometimes get a little sticky. Sometimes it just needs a little bit of working in. And, this is an awesome little knife. Did I need it? No. But how many knives do we actually need? Like I said, it's a want. I like it. It's pretty. And it's slicey. It cuts stuff. It's pointy and sharp. I like it. So that's another one. Let's move some of my other knives down. Do you buy it for size? This is only a flipper deploy. There's no other way to get it. This one's a big boy. It fits the hand well. It's got a nice full belly on it. This will do some work through some cardboard and has done some work through some cardboard. This one's a little bit more expensive than some of the other ones. I mean, the QSP Penguin, I got it free. I'm telling you that right now because of a deal that Traditional Pocket Knives had where you bought another knife for a one-day deal. You got this free. I think that one was a Finch knife that you had to purchase when I got this, and he had other deals since then. And this is one of his exclusive knives also on top of that. And I couldn't resist. That's why I ended up getting this. And this is Custom Knife Factory knife. One of their, I think a lot of the knife that's actually kind of gone under the radar, Echo Troll, that I absolutely love. Does it carry pocket clip? No. Does, to me, this big of a knife need a lanyard hole? No. It's there if you like lanyards and you wanted to put it in to have a little bling on the end, like to add beads, whatever, that works. Most of my lanyards, there are some that I do because I think it looks cool on there. I got the perfect bead that goes with it or whatever. But more often than not, I put a lanyard on it because I need that extra for the extra grip. And then why not make a nice put a little cool bead or something like that on it to just make it more interesting than just a plain lanyard. But this, North Carolina Blades has these. I don't know how many they have left, and they're having them on sale. They have other Echo variations out there, not just the Troll. I forget what the different names are that they have, and some of them are even cheaper. But this was $100. I think it was normally $150, $160 knife. This one was $100. I really like the size of it. I love the blade shape, and of course it's purple. And jumping on it is just enough. And it's a good, awesome slicer. For now, we're getting a little more pricey. Like I said, $100. Normally say $150. You know, let's see. Purple and black. Again, that's why I got the Spyderco pair too. I still haven't gotten it broken in well. Sorry. I don't carry it a lot, and I should carry it more than I do. But, this is a crew wear. This was an exclusive, and I'm trying to remember where I got it from. I think it was DLT Trading. We're trying my memory here. But I think that was an exclusive that DLT Trading had. And I got a lunch pocket clip to go with it because I thought that looked quite good with it. Deep carry. And this is a nice, awesome knife. That one was more expensive. I don't remember how much it was off the top of my head. I'm thinking it was around the 200, give or take, mark on that. But this, other than the clip, has stayed stock because I love this combination. Black and purple combination is something I absolutely love. I don't do like other colors, but I do purple. As you can see, I had multiple knives that were purple. Demko. This was actually the small pivot. So this was with the red Grivory FRN, whatever you want to call them, scales. I almost got rid of it because I absolutely hated the scales, hated the way it felt in my hands. And we had gotten not these scales, but another set of scales, titanium scales that were on Knife Center for like $100. And I think at the time this knife, I paid under $100. I think it was like $80 for. And I swapped them out and I kept it. I was like, okay, I love the knife, love the feel of it. I hated those scales with a passion, but loved the lock. And then upgraded again and got titanium scales from Original Goat. And thumb studs I swapped out and got a lunch deep carry clip to go with it, just kind of colored a little bit with, as you can see, purple. But this is just a little splash of color with the thumb studs and the clip, and the rest of it, titanium backspacer I left on there from the one that I got from the other stuff, and then like I said, the Original Goat scales. And it's just the standard D2 knife. I love the shark's foot. I kept it. As a matter of fact, we've gotten more of them since then, both small pivot and the bigger pivots with the better steels. So right here you figure $80 for the knife, another $100 give or take for the scales. What is it? Probably $30 give or take for the clip. We're talking $250 probably is what I've got into it now, somewhere in that general vicinity. Is that closer to being a little bit modified? No, I'm still swapping out parts. I mean, modifications, I'm making it more my own, sort of. But that's a part swapper. And let's see here. Then we got my Rick Hinderer half track. That is another one that will stay in my collection. With S45N, I did get an aftermarket clip. Honestly, it was someplace off of eBay. There's a titanium clip. The guy made them here in the U.S., and I'm not a fan of Rick Hinderer's clips. I'm just not. And I like this clip with this, and actually quite a few of our Rick Hinderer knives have this clip. And this is a smaller knife. It's not a cheap knife. It's over a $400 knife, maybe pushing $500. But the Harpoon Spanto, it checked all my boxes. Harpoon, Spanto, You know, I love red is another color that I like really well besides just the purple. So this works. This and size wise is just perfect for me. Absolutely love it. This one is going to stay in my collection. And then another one that I honestly was not going to get was a large Spartan Harsey. But as you can tell, we like our flags and stars and stripes. We do consider ourselves decently American, pro-American, let's put it that way. And I absolutely love this knife. And it's a huge knife. Well, no, it's not a huge knife. It's a good sized knife. It's a full hand. I mean, if you got a big hand, I mean, I've got a big hand for a woman, but you figure if you got extra large hand, you should be able to fit on it very easily. And it's just S45VN. It's a great knife. It still needs to be worked in also. But you think, okay, out of all of my knives, this is the biggest one I have, right? No. There's one that's bigger that I've had probably going on 30 years. Actually, we'll say my husband has had that we got in a box of one of those deals from Smoky Mountain Knife Works that you get like 100 knives for $100. And yes, we still have it because it was from roughly 30 years ago. This is, I would say, our biggest knife in our collection. It's ridiculous. Yes. Is it good for anything? Heck if I know. It's a Frost cutlery knife. Anybody that knows Frost cutlery. You know, I mean, it's been bouncing around the house and different places in the house. And it honestly, let's see. I will weigh it because I don't know how much this sucker weighs. And I do want to know. Come on. Sorry. How much it weighs? 1 pound, 14.6 ounces. So we're talking just under 2 pounds. Made in Pakistan. And it's a lockback. It's huge. It is absolutely huge. But we've had it for a while. It doesn't have the best edge on it. It never did. Is it something I could put an edge on? I'm sure I could. But it why? It's not going to be used. It's literally a two-handed knife. My husband loves it. He likes big knives. And I told him, I said, you don't even have to open it. You could literally beat somebody with it if you really wanted to. But no, not going there. But it is actually says Solingen steel. I don't know what that means, but made in Pakistan. It's a beast. And that's the main reason I made this video. It's just to show you guys this huge knife. I mean, you figure, I thought it was closer to 12 inches, but it's actually, you know, what, 8.5 inches roughly? Unopened. Of course, open, we're going to talk quite a bit more. I still have to get this out for the measure to the open, 14.5. So it's ridiculous. And I had to show the ridiculousness of this knife. But I just wanted to ramble, give you something, guys, to look at, and ask you why you buy your knives. Is it wants, likes, because you actually need them to use and work, and you buy one knife to use all the time until you wear the heck out of it and you go and buy a new one? Or is it like the majority of people, you buy them because you like them and you want them? And that's honestly the majority of what I could use a knife for. I could use a utility blade. $5, buy replaceable little blades, and be good. Anyway, this has gone on long enough. You guys have a wonderful day. Much love, much hugs, many kisses, and I hope you had a glorious weekend. And see you later. Bye.